Hey guys, it is me again. It's me again. I know y'all probably tired of seeing me because this is third time. But what I want to talk to you about is uh to make sure that you're still preparing, getting your stuff situated. We always talk about it, and this is like anywhere. We look at how we look at how different places are prepared for different things. You see how Florida, they get their water and they get their non-perishables, and I'm sure they got their first aid kits because you never know in the middle of a major outbreak or anything. You cut yourself, break a leg, or wound yourself really bad, or anything. So I'm sure they got all that stuff in their first aid kits. And I came on here once before and showed you the things that uh, you can have in your first aid kit, or different things that you can order off of Amazon, or I'm pretty sure you can order them off of Temu too. I just don't know how much of whatever they have in those. And getting meds. Make sure you get your meds. Get your doctor to give you your med prescription for up to 3 months, 3 months, 6 months, if possible, or different things like that. Make sure you got food, non-perishable food. Make sure you got water. Uh, Make sure you got a way to stay warm. Make sure you got a way to heat your food. Make sure you know, push comes to shove, say like I don't what they do in nuclear, I don't know, but make sure you got like some kind of a plastic, a dark plastic, or which you can buy that at Lowe's, that you could put over your windows and duct tape it up, so uh, nobody can see in, or you can seal your windows up real good, so you won't be breathing in different fumes and stuff. I know some of the stuff I talk about, people, they probably think I probably my cheese done slid off the cracker. But either way it goes, I want to show you some stuff. I see I get duct tape. Duct tape is good for everything. I mean, if a window breaks, you can like tape it up with this, or put some plastic over it, like I said, and tape it up. Now, duct tape is one thing I know. Once you put it up, it'll stay there till you take it down. So duct tape is good. So I just bought out a few things that I'm going to sit right here and talk to you about. And this, I was telling everybody last time about these candles. This is 100-hour candle. I got it off of Patriot Supply, that you can use. Um, and make sure you got matches, or make sure you have matches, or those little fire lighter sticks, and get matches that if you happen to drop them in the toilet, matches that will light even if they're wet, they will still light. So you can find those. I think I found mine at Walmart, but Patriot Supply, you can get those there too. But they've had that big uproar, how concerning the U.S. missiles that they gave Ukraine uh, permission to shoot into Russia, which now Putin says that they crossed the red line as far as he's concerned, and threatening with uh, nuclear war on U.S. soil. Guys, we got a lot we need to be praying for. We need to pray that these people's hearts are turned back to God. I mean, literally turned back to God. I mean, because as I told you earlier, we're sitting around and we're fighting against each other, and it is not the person that's doing this, it's the demonic activity that's going on in them. Literally. Because if you go and read Ephesians, like I told you, chapter 6, beginning with that 12th verse, it tells you what we're wrestling against. We should not be fighting amongst ourselves, but we are. So either way it goes, Okay, I showed you those two. And guys, something like this. Let me see. I haven't opened these yet, but let's see if I can. Good God Almighty. I'm always trying to pick. Well, I'm just going to, you see the name that's on these? Sabre, Sabre. These are those, what do you call them? You spray them. Pepper spray. So you get some of these, put these on your key ring or hook it to your belt loop or put it in your pocket. I mean, but you spray these. Anybody try to bother you, when things get stupid, spray them with this, something to protect yourself. Now, me personally, well, we ain't gonna discuss that. But either way it goes, look, and I got some of these. These are LED stick lights. You can put these on your wall going down your stairwell. You could either set them on the stairs or you could put them up on the wall. And as you go by them, they automatically come on. You put the batteries in the back. And it's got this little sticker thing that you can put them on the wall with. So you can get some of those. You can stick them anywhere, in the closet, in the bathroom. As I say, down the stairs. You could either set them on the steps going down, or you could put them on the wall. They have the adhesive that you put up on the wall, in case things go dark. I mean, because we really and truly need to be prepared. We've been sitting and we've been asleep for too many years, and thinking that everything is just going to be all well, it's well, peace, peace, peace. But scripture tells us, and you have been saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. And there's an uproar all around the United States. Guys, not only the United States, but every nation has an issue. If you think I'm lying, pull up YouTube. Everything whether it's real news or fake news, something on there is true. And we need to be praying. I mean, prayer is the key, because God is moving, and you still have to be prepared. You still need stuff within your house in case anything goes on, because they're going to be doing those blackouts. Your TV's not going to work. Your internet's not going to work. You're not going to be able to use your phone. You're not going to be able to go on internet. You're not going to be able to Google to see what's going on. You're not going to be able to call the utility place and let them know, hey, my utilities are out of here. You're not going to be able to get through. Nothing's going to work when the blackouts hit. Nothing. So this is another light I got. This is an Ozark trail light, right? It's got a little USB thing up here where you can plug in your phone or whatever, or you can it comes with a USB cord, and you can hook it in right here and plug it into the wall or plug it into your generator, so you can, get it charged to where it'll come on. I think mine is still charged. Yep, see, it's still charged. So that's another lighting that you can use, and it has this on there, right? So you can have that. Good evening, Retta. How are you? And hey, Miss Real Mom Strive. How are you doing today? And then also, I picked up a couple of these as well. They look like lanterns, and I think it'll work. Yep. You just cut them on. Batteries go up under the bottom. You know what I'm saying? For you to be able to make it work. That's just another form of lighting. And along with this, I bought some of these in the I think Walmart had a markdown. This is the solar panel, but they go to these. Okay, this, you hook it into this, and these will come on. I always check and make sure that they work, because we never know. Then make sure you got like blankets and stuff. And like I was telling people that you can go to yeah, they are cheap. Those lights. You can go to the Salvation Army thrift stores and stuff and find quilts and blankets. Now they used to be really cheap back in the day, but now uh, you go in there. I don't think they got them as high as Walmart, but close, and you can pick up you know old quilts and blankets and throws and stuff like that, and just bring them home and wash them and just fold them and put them in a corner somewhere till you need to use them. Um, let's see. God, make sure you got your Bible and some Bible books, to if you want to read like some Bible stories, or you want to read a book by your favorite Christian author, or you want your Bible so you can read the scripture. Anyway, it goes. It all comes in handy. Make sure you got like that utility knife that's got like 15 different things on there. It's got a can opener, pair of clippers. It's got a nail file. It has a oh God, what else? It has a knife on there. It has some tweezers on it, some scissors, something. I forgot what they call, but I have two of them. That's got everything on there. So make sure you got something like that. Um, what else? Oh. I pulled this out because I was talking about it last time. This is the gas one. This is the one I ordered years ago when the Lord first started talking to me about things going left. And so I started picking up things. And this is a little butane stove. It's just a one-eye little thingy like this. This is where the butane thing goes. This right here. Put one of these in there, lock it in, and then you got that little switch right here. It's got the one where you unlock it right here on this, and then this is where you turn it to ignite the butane. And this right here, the top turns over like this, and it turns into a regular little stove. Right, guys? Can y'all see that? And when you finish using it, just cut it off, flip it back, close it up, put it back in your little suitcase, and latch it shut. All these complicated things, guys. It's complicated, but yeah, do that. And like I said, the butane goes in it. And get yourself situated like in as well. I had already opened up this security kit, but I also bought, like I said, some people really and truly think I'm crazy, but I'm trying to tell you, God was talking to me about EMPs back as early as 2018-19. And I didn't know what an EMP was. I don't pay attention. Some things I don't pay attention to. Why? Because those things I used to think did not concern me. But now that we're over here and we got all this stuff going on, everything concerns us. Everything in this world. That's why we have to pray 24/7. There's always something going on. Always. There's never a dull moment. And right now, we had literally have gotten too comfortable within our own nation. We've gotten comfortable. We've sit to a place where we just want to relax, and we just want to just lay back and look and say, well, the soldiers got it. The soldiers are going to handle it. Okay, true, the soldiers are going to handle it, but there are things that we can do. It's called prayer. All of us, everybody that profess to be a child of God, you need to be on your knees if you can get on your knees, or you need to be on your face if you can lay on your stomach and get on your face, cover your head, and get to praying and interceding for the United States of America. And I say that like it because we're all here. If one is affected, all of us affected. Why? Because we're here. We're in the US of A. We're here. So we're gonna have to be praying, fasting, whatever God directs you to do. That's what you need to do. And if they drop a nuclear bomb, We have stuff, that when your belly is bothering you and stuff, we have stuff called activated charcoal when things go wrong, when you just don't feel, up to par with things. And then also, I didn't bring it in here. Hang on a sec. I think it's in this case. I think it's in here. Let me see. Uh, I'm not trying to bore y'all, and I'm not trying to scare you because God has not given us a spirit of fear. But we do have five senses that we need to get out. We need to be prepared. We need to be ready. Everybody, everywhere else is ready. People around the world, they're familiar with earthquakes. They're familiar with uh, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes. Now we get a lot of tornadoes here where I am, but we all need to be prepared. Everybody, everywhere need to have something prepared. Something. I mean, have you some non-perishables that's gonna last you 6 months to a year? You know what I'm saying? Or like I was telling you, grow your garden. There are some things you can grow inside. Things that don't need pollinators, you can Google it. It's like 15 different vegetables that you can grow now that do not need a pollinator. They don't need a bee coming by because the flower is out and it's so pretty. And they don't need anything coming by to cause them to grow. You have your kale, your mustard greens, your collard greens, your curly kale, your Swiss chard. You have your cabbages, purple cabbage, regular cabbage. You have carrots. You have radishes, broccoli. What else? What else? What else? I cannot think of all of them, but there's several others, but you can Google it. Uh, those things I named are the things that I have outside in my garden now. Matter of fact, I picked turnip greens twice. And I probably have to go pick collard greens tomorrow. But I've got several things outside now that do not need a pollinator that you can plant. As I said, you can plant them inside. You can plant them in the garage. You can and put them under a heat light, and they will grow in your garage. I put this covering over this shelf, and I created this little greenhouse under my garage, and I got little baby plants in there, and you up pot them from one place to another. But you got things everywhere. What grows best that I can plant now going into winter? Any type of green. You can plant collard green, broccoli, kale, mustard, cabbage, Swiss chard, broccoli. If I didn't say broccoli, radishes. All of that can be planted now going into winter. You can sow them outside. Turnip greens. You could toss those greens outside. Some of them they have purple top. They have the 7, and they have the ones without the turnips under them. I don't understand those because every green I have ever grown has a turnip. So I wouldn't even do those. But either way it goes, there are like 15 different things that you could plant now, and some of them are ready to eat between 30 to 60 days or 30 to 45 days. Now, carrots, if you want big carrots, you're going to have to wait a while because carrots are slow and it takes them a minute. But if you want some of the baby ones, you can pull them up because some of them, they'll be about like this. But if you want the full carrot, you just wait and let it do his full term. But either way it goes, you can eat the turnip greens when they are small. Some people call them tender greens. I like the tender and I like the big ones too. It doesn't matter, as long as I get a turnip out of some of them. But either way it goes, you get to have stuff like that. And like if they do an EMP, if they do nuclear, these things right here, you see this? Potassium iodide. Potassium iodide is a tablet that you take in case you're close to a nuclear. And I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying they finna hit us with some nuclear stuff, but we've been looking at Putin's threatening NATO with nuclear because Ukraine is using long range missiles that were made by that were okay for them to shoot by the USA. So either way it go, I ain't never been one to be trying to keep up with that. But now I find myself that I have to look at everything going on so I know which way to pray. You can't pray if you don't know what's happening. I mean, you can just do model prayers and stuff, just praying and talking to God, but we're gonna have to know what's happening because we be getting slapped from north, south, east, and west, and we're still. And I tell myself and I tell my kids, I go, don't go farther than you're willing to walk home because you never know. They drop an EMP and your car don't start. You're gonna have to be where you're willing to walk home. Personally, if anything like that happened, I would just soon be up the road at Publix and Dollar General. Why? Because I could walk right through that path. I'm like 10 minutes away from there. But probably take me 20, 25 to get home because first of all, I don't like walking. But it's just right up the road. I don't want to be caught at Walmart when Walmart is way over on the other side of town because you know where I'm going to be? I'm going to camp out in Walmart. When they lock the doors, I'm going to be on the inside because I am not walking from Walmart home. But if it's Publix, it's 15. I can get home in 15, 20 minutes because it's right down the road. So we just got to prepare ourselves. And then when we're doing water, and make sure, guys, that your bathtub is supposed to be clean once you get out of them anyway. But just in case it isn't, scrub your bathtub out because if anything goes on, you can plug your bathtub up and fill it up with water, and then you got water, drinking water. My bathtub is clean. If I run water in my bathtub, you can bet I'm gonna drink it. So do something like that. And then we have if you have to get water out of a stream, or even if the water you're getting out of your hydrant can't be trusted, you got portable aqua pills that you can put in it. It goes in like a gallon jug, and you put these in your water. I think it wait like 30 minutes, before you go to sipping on it and stuff. So that's another good thing. And guys, I'm just telling you like I would want somebody to tell me. Here are those matches. This is some of the matches. They're called stormproof matches, windproof plus waterproof. If they get wet, they will still strike. I thought that was fascinating myself. And guys, we really and truly, we have too much going on for us to be, we just sitting around and being by the bathtub bladder. They're only $10. I don't even know where to get those from. I've never heard of them until you just mentioned it. But guys, we're gonna have to get ourselves situated. I've even got what's it called? Hazmat suits. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. I'm pretty sure I am overboard. I'm pretty sure. But my mom raised us. She raised us to be better to be safe than sorry. And even your gas mask with your filters and stuff on them. See, I even picked this up for my just for my own safety, my own well-being, my own. So like I said, I'm probably one of those people that are very overboard, very over. But either way it goes, we're gonna have to pray. Whether I'm overboard or not, that's neither here nor there. But I tell you one thing, we are not overboard about. And if there ever was a time for us to be praying and interceding for the United States, for the president-elect, for all of our government officials that are over us. We're supposed to pray for those that exert authority over us anyway. All of them. We're supposed to be praying for them. You know, uh, regardless of what's going on, they have to be lifted up. All of them. So, oh my God, sorry about that. I thought I had cut that down, but I just want you to see that picking you have to pick we gotta pick up something. I mean, just pick up something for your own well-being. That's just like people in Florida. You saw the people, they just nailing their stuff together. Just say, I'm right there with you. I'm sure I'm way overboard. But my kids are doing this thing. I understand. And I'm not laughing because of that, but we have got to get ourselves together. People people of God here in the United States, I'm talking to us. We have got to get ourselves together because there are too many things going on. Over Montana, they had some what do you call those things? Meteors falling out of the sky to the ground. As easily as those meteors fell over Montana, those meteors can fall anywhere. And then I always ask myself, suppose a meteor bigger than the earth was hurling toward the earth. Now, we got a couple out there. Trust me, I have already Googled. You're looking at the Google queen here. I've already Googled. I've seen two. One, I was behind it, looking at it. It was rolling toward the it was rolling toward the world, the big world that's out there. And you couldn't see it from behind it because it was like it stretched across. So suppose we got something like that galloping toward the United States, toward the world, because if it hits, it would take the world out, literally. We need to pray. Danger seen and unseen. God watches over us and he keeps us. Yes, he does. We trust God to do that, but God is trusting us to do something. He's trusting us. If you are children, if y'all are my peeps, let's just put it that way. Everybody understand that. If we're God's peeps, we need to be praying. We need to be we need the intercessors. We need the intercessors up and Adam. We need you up. We need you every day. We don't need you just every once in a while. We need you praying to God, talking to God. We need you to keep that communication open with God so why God can tell you such and such is coming toward the world. You need to pray this way because God will direct your prayer and he'll tell you what to pray because scripture tells us we do not know what to pray as we ought. But with moans and groans, God interprets what we're moaning and groaning about. So we're going to have to get ourselves together. We got a lot coming. And every time you turn around, something's going on. But like I said, I'm not trying to get on to cause anybody to fear because I'm not scared. I'm not. God ain't gave me the spirit of fear, but he gave me power, love, and a sound mind. And so we have to maintain that no matter what's going on. Because, when God getting ready to bless any and everything, chaos comes and then the blessing. You read in the Bible, it was always chaos and then the blessing. This happened and then the blessing. Even when David had went to battle and they came back, and when they got back home, Ziklag, everything was gone. Remember? And the men was all upset because there was no kids running to greet their dad is coming back from war. They didn't smell no bread cooking, they didn't smell no meat or nothing. They didn't see the wives out, didn't even hear a cow moving, a dog bark, nothing. They took everything. They took the wives. They took David's two wives. I don't even understand why men have two wives because in this day and age, if you have a wife and a girlfriend, one of them, you're going to take one of them out. But so now they took David's two wives and everybody else's wives and their children and everything, and they've gone with them, right? So, it was angry at David, and they were ready to stone David and kill him. So, David went to the side and he called, what's his name? Epiphus, I can't pronounce his name. He told him to go and get him an ephod. So he went and got the ephod, and David went and prayed upon it. Y'all know the story. And he asked him, Lord, shall I pursue? He said, he told him, and God told him, yes, you shall go up, pursue them, because you will recover all. So after all that chaos, not only did he recover all, but he got some blessings too. So no doubt, when they were attacked, the ones that attacked them had already went and attacked other people and took their stuff too. So when they got their stuff, and whoever else that they went and took. So chaos, chaos on one hand, blessing on the other. Be prepared for both. So that's why we got to pray. We have to pray without ceasing, to listen and follow follow his instruction. We have no choice but follow his instruction unless we just don't care. I mean that, and that goes without saying. God always instructing us, but we got to be in a position, and we got to be in a place where we're ready to hear him, where we're ready to come aside. And he's already called us, come from among them, be ye separate, touch not the unclean thing. We want to be in God and in the world too, which does not work. You cannot serve two masters. You either gonna love one and hate the other. But we can't do this. There's none of this. We cannot be in the world and of God too. We got to leave one of them alone. So we have to choose. We either gonna be lukewarm, or we gonna be flaming hot for God. One of the two. There's no other. I don't want God to spew me out of his mouth, so I would much rather be on fire for God. Nothing else matters. Nothing. But we need to pray. We need to prepare. You need you need water. You need food. You need non-perishables. You know what you like to eat. You know the snacks that you like. I mean, we know what we like. We do. Whether it's nutritious or not. But I would much rather we get nutritious things. And we could get some comfort food, but that's what's wrong now. We've been in comfort too long. Ditch the potato chips and the candy bars and all that stuff, and the soda pop and stuff, and get over that with real food, something that's going to nourish your bodies, because you're gonna need it. I mean, you get things like they have powdered coconut milk, powdered buttermilk, they have powdered non-fat milk, they have whole milk that's powdered. They got powdered cheese, powdered eggs. Oh my God, we grew up with eating powdered eggs. I never will forget it. I'm from the 60s, guys. I'm a 60s baby. We had powdered eggs. Oh my God, and that stuff in a can that I don't eat it now. But I think what is Spam, they have that. Now, I don't eat it and I don't like it, but I tell you what, if push comes to shove, we're going to eat some Spam. If I got to hold my nose or take a nausea pill to keep from throwing it up, that's what I'm going to do. But no, we are going to have us something, because they sell all kind of meats in cans, and you can dehydrate meat, make jerky. You can make jerky out of beef, pork, chicken, turkey. You can make it out of anything. Just get you a dehydrator and start the work. Just start the work. Dehydrate your fruit. Dehydrate like apples and oranges, pears, peaches, nectarines. I didn't dehydrate any plums. I made a plum jelly out of those, which was delicious. But we are going to have ourselves ready, uh, prepared, because whether we like it or not, we have some stuff coming our way. We may not want it, but we've been under judgment for some years now, and I'm just gonna put it this way: it's like it's time to pay the piper. Time to pay the piper. We done went so long without doing the things that we should have been doing in the beginning. As I said before, this that we're going through now, this was birthed in. It was birthed in through man by sin. It was birthed. Whether we like it or not, we have got ourselves in this boat. We're in a boat in the middle of an ocean and the water is choppy and we don't have a motor and we don't have any pedals or oars or whatever they call those things to row us to shore. We're just in a situation. That's why we need to pray. God is calling us to prayer. Prayer warriors, wake up. Intercessors, get on your job. Seer prophets, get where you need to be. Get in your position. Get on your wall. What you see, you let everybody else know. And things are coming. Things are coming fast. We have got to be about our Father's business. I mean, we got to pray for folks. Yet, and you know what? I'm just going to be honest with you. We are too old to be sitting around here still holding grudges, passing judgment. I don't like this one because I hair longer than mine, or I don't like this one because their skin is darker than mine. I mean, we are too old for such childish things. That's how I know we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. Spiritual wickedness in high places, darkness, all of that crazy stuff. That's what we're wrestling against. That's why we can't figure out. I don't like them, but I don't even know why I don't like them. Do that make any sense to you? It don't make no sense to me. We need to be praying. Lay aside every weight and sin that has so easily beset you, because you got a job to do. It's time to what they call it, bury the hatchet, because we got to pull together. We got to come together. We need to be together. We need to be on one accord in this season. And we can't wait. We can't say I'm gonna start tomorrow. It's what, 6:41 here? Start now. 6:41. Start right now. Get in your prayer stance. Get in your prayer mood. If you got to sing a couple of hymns, sing a couple of praise songs, cut on some praise and worship music, get in your secret place, get on your knees, get on your face, sit in your chair, whatever you do, because you need to start praying now, because we've been asleep too long. I mean, some of us, if the truth be told, we need to turn the bed loose anyway. Stop hugging that pillow. It's time to roll over on the floor and pray to God. You say he yours on Sunday. Well, I got news for you. He needs to be yours Monday through Saturday as well. God is not just a Sunday God. That's what's wrong now. A lot of us we got him on Sunday, but through the week, we want to live the way we want to live. And we can't live like that no more. We can, but we can't. We cannot afford to. We got too many things coming our way. Too much is going on. And I know we got to know there's something going on in our spirit. We got to know something's going on. When I first started telling people about famine and everything coming, nobody paid me any attention. Did I care? No. I'm gonna still just keep on saying. Yeah, everybody always thought I was strange. So if I say one more strange thing, who cares? That's just one more for the books as far as I'm concerned. But we need to pray. We need to know that word. We need to study that word. We need to know how to present that word, because he tells us in Isaiah, put me in remembrance. Let us plead together. Declare thou that thou may be justified. In other words, God said, remind me of my word. If I told you his angels would have charge over us, and unless we dashed our feet against a stone, he would bear us up in his hand. He needs to know we know that. He know his word. You know why he said, put me in remember. Y'all, remind me of my word. Remind me of my word. He neither sleeps nor slumbers. God know he's never sleep, but we need to remind him of his word, because that's what he said. Put me in remembrance. You battling a sickness, and he told you in Isaiah, he was wounded for your transgressions, bruised for your iniquities, and the chastisement of our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. He knows his word. Now, the question is, do you? And then when people try to tell you, speak death over you, doctors are just practicing. They call them practitioners because they're practicing. The chief physician. And They can come and speak anything out of their mouth. It's according to who you know. The doctor's opinion. Doctors have been proven to be liars a long time ago. Trust me, I know. When they gave my mom up, my mom lived to be 67. 67. Sure did. She spent 3 months in the hospital back in the early 80s. She stayed in there for 3 months. They gave her 13 operations, and every time the doctor, he never gave us no hope, never, because he was practicing. He practiced, and he practiced out of what he saw. God will show you what to look for instead of looking at what people tell you, instead of hearing what folks speak. You don't have to take that any further. So, guys, we got a lot on our plate, and we need to be praying. We still need to be prepared and stuff, because we're going to be heading into what I don't remember when. I think our tornado season is, I don't know, December, January, something like that. But either way it goes, it starts like that. But I think it's like later on over into the spring or something. I don't know, but I remember we got tornadoes in January. So far as I'm concerned, January, December, because we've got tornadoes in December before. So you really don't know. The seasons are just like this now. They're just like this. Because right now outside we have 79 degrees. This is November. November is not supposed to be 79 degrees. November is we're supposed to be running in the 60s, start the 60s and, you know, 60s and down. But we're still sitting right there in the 70s, close to 80. It's hot. You don't know which way to dress, but how we were raised, if it was a winter month, if it was September, October, we had the socks, we had the shoes, we had the long sleeves, we had the long pants, we had it all. My mama saw to it. She said, "This is you don't wear that in this month. You go change your clothes." And then you'd be mad, but you thank her for that, because when we're running around still wearing flip flops and shorts up to our wazoo and shirts that's got everything uncovered but what should be hidden in November, you looking for the pleurisy, whatever that is. My mom used to call it all the time. You're looking for that, the pneumonia, and that, how do they pronounce it? When I ended up with it, the meningococcal, some kind of stuff. Sound like something caught in your throat. The meningococcal pneumonia. Uh, you're looking for all of that. And then, not to mention, we still have some plagues that they have not unleashed, but I tell you what, they're gonna unleash it. And they sending stuff out to attack the upper respiratory. They want to destroy that because they messed that up. If they mess it up the right way, you never will get that back. So you have to build up your immune. Like I told you on one of the videos I put out, you need to build up your immune system. Do your little exercise. Like I say, I do 30 minutes a day. Well, 30 minutes every other day now. But I'm trying to work it back up to every day, because I used to do it 7 days a week. So, but do something. Ride your bike. You have a stationary bike. Ride your bike for what, an hour or so, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, something to that effect. I mean, walk. Go in. If you don't want to walk your neighborhood, go in your backyard and speed walk up and down your backyard 5 or 6 times. Get that heart rate up. Um, Other than that, eat right. Eat right. If you don't want to eat, make you some smoothies and put some moringa in them. Put some matcha in them. I mean, dehydrate your collard greens, your kale, your mustard, and your turnip greens. Dehydrate those and grind them up into a powder and put those in your smoothies. You're still getting your nutrients when you put them in there. So do that. I mean, everything that you can help to boost your immune system. And the truth be told, all of us need a little help. All of us need to be working on boosting something in this season. For like I said, this weather that we're in, this this is some weird weather that we're going through now. This is really weird weather we're going through. Yeah, those powdered eggs are really expensive, rather, but I did order me some. I did. Just a few, cause I'm not planning on eating eggs every day. I'm not planning on that. And guys, you can make granola. You can make your own granola. I make my own granola. I got my oats. I have my almonds chopped, my walnuts chopped, my pecans chopped. I put cinnamon. I put a little salt and a little olive oil, and I put honey, and just stir it up, mix it all together, put it in the oven halfway through, stir it, put it back in the oven, and then once it's brown to the consistency that you want, now don't burn it, but once it's brown to the consistency that you want, bring it out, sit it on the counter and let it cool, or you can sit it in the refrigerator and let it cool. And once it cools, make sure you put parchment paper down, because I tell you what, I messed up. I put it down without parchment paper, and oh my God, stuck pretty good. I didn't throw the pan away. I let it soak for a day or two, and then I cleaned it. But either way it goes, you can make your own. Make your own. You can make your own stuff. Everything. They have a recipe for everything, and if you make it, you know what's in it. Because right now, what they're saying in like 29 states or something, could be more, they have a recall on carrots. Whew. Guys, it is so hot in here. They have a recall on carrots now because people are getting, what is it, E. coli? They're getting E. coli. So plant your own carrots. Guys, just go get a tub, put some dirt in it, get a bucket, put some holes in the bottom, fill it with dirt or halfway with dirt, and sprinkle those carrot seeds around and put a little dirt on the top, saturate it really good, and leave them alone. Go out and water them every once in a while. Uh, think for that first week, water them 2 or 3 times out of that week, to make sure that the soil is saturated so they can be coming up. Yep, I've canned butter, but the carrots, and so those carrots will grow. At least you know where the carrots came from, and you don't have to worry about any E. coli. But yeah, I do can butter. What I do is, I can it, but it's not really my butter. Uh, I buy the salted and the unsalted at Kroger, and I put it all in a big pot and let it melt down. And when it starts to bubble and get that little foam on the top, I take the foam off the top and put it in a bowl, because it's still butter. You can still use it on your potatoes or whatever, what you're cooking or anything. Uh, and then I put it in the jars while it's hot, and put it in the pressure canner for 75 minutes. If it's pint, if it's half pint, I use 75, and pint 75. So I always use the half pint, and put it in for the 75 minutes. When it go off, let it sit for 5 minutes. Then take it out of the canner, and you have to shake it. Not shake it, but twist it so while the sediment at the bottom, all your sediment will mix back into your butter. So I just do mine. I go through all of them and do this, until all of the sediment gets back in. Because if not, you'll have all of your sediment on the very bottom of the jar. So you want to work that back in once you have canned it. You can, like I said, you can do anything. You if you make your stuff, you can make wheat. You can make wheat bread. You can make wheat corn bread. I mean, there's so much that you can do. What they did back in the old days, guys. If you paid attention, you can still do that now. I mean, all of it. I mean, that's why I like my cast iron, because even if I want to go cook outside, I have this big old cast iron pot with this big old lid. You try to pick it up and feel like it weighs 100 pounds. That's off the show, my arthritis in my shoulders. But either way it goes, I still use it, still work, and it cooks so good, and it doesn't take long with cast iron, especially with a top on it. and it cooks all the way through, nice and tender, everything. So you can do that, but you can make anything. YouTube has everything. They'll show you from beginning to end, uh, and everything that you make, everything that you do. It's from beginning to end. They'll walk you through each process, just like I showed you today how to do that bone broth, and I showed you the bones are so soft you could just do this and they just break, or you could squish them and they'll crumble and stuff. All the I got all my nutrients out of those bones, and so they're in that broth that I canned. uh Two of them canned, one didn't, so I put it in the refrigerator, and I'm just gonna warm it up periodically and just drink it. You just put it in a cup like you drinking coffee or tea. It's already seasoned, and you can taste everything that you put in it. They'll work. I don't know if any place we got here, because okay, I don't get out much. I don't even try to I don't even try to research it. I just go ahead on. If I want to order something, I just order something. But uh I I lived here all my life, and I promise you, I don't know where you can go get anything. I don't. I wish I did, but I don't, because I just don't like. I don't like to travel like that. I'm one of those people that if I drive somewhere, if I go too far and I'm lost, I'm lost. So I don't do that. But either way it goes, I see it just just a flip of a button and stuff. Just go ahead and order stuff. My boys know where everything is, so if I have to send somebody somewhere, I'm pretty sure they can Google it and tell me where it is and which way to go and how to get there, or we can go together or whatever. But either way it goes, I just order it. But guys, yep, I need you to make sure you got. I didn't pull out the radio, but I was telling you about the crank radio. All it is, this is a little radio, the NOAA one. And it's a crank you pull out and you just crank it. It has a solar panel on there. You can let it charge by the sun. It has a USB cord that you can plug it up. It has a flashlight on it. Uh, and you got the radio station so you can see what's going on. That's if anything is working. And like I said, I ordered those Faraday bags and Faraday cloth. The cloth, I'm going to be wrapping my laptop in it. And then you have the little Faraday bags that you can put your batteries in, so they won't be messed up. You can put the radio in it. You can put your like a cassette player. I know people still got cassette players because I got one. Your little CD players. I got the little CD boom box. Those things are hard to find, but hopefully they'll bring them back so people can get them. But either way it goes, the stuff I showed you, because everybody knows everything that's in my first aid kit. I got the shovel, the hatchet, the whistles, the ferro rod, the fire starter stuff. I got matches in there. You got the medical in there. You got what, ibuprofen in it, some of everything. Oh my God, I think it was 1,000 pieces in that little bitty bag, but I managed to get it all back in there. But we're gonna have to get something, because I know there's Matthew tells us about the wars and the rumors of wars, and so, not saying that we're going to have a nuclear war, but somebody just crazy enough to be trying to push a button. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people just, I don't understand what it is about men wanting to flex their muscles at the cost of everybody else's life. My missile bigger than your missile. All this old crazy stuff. That's how I know we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. Wrestling against this spiritual wickedness in high places, and it's always something going on. And so it's best to be safe than sorry. It's best to have something and not have than to not have anything. So I showed you what I got for the night. And it was just bothering me to just come back on again. I know this is 3 times in one day. This is not like me. So I just want to let you know what the Lord wants. He He wants us to be prepared, whether we're preparing for for something or nothing, because God sits high and He looks low. Surely we're not going to escape some of the wrath of God because we're under judgment. And I don't want to call it wrath because it's really like chastisement for being disobedient and not doing exactly what not doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing in this season. So we just have to go through. God gonna be with us because He already told us, if you take the wings of an eagle and fly to the uttermost part of the earth, He said, "Lo, I am there." If you make your bed in hell, He said, "Behold, I am there." God is with us in hell, and He'll be with us wherever we go. And that's amazing. God still loves us even in hell. So I want us prepared. Guys, make sure you got your Bible. Make sure you have a Bible. Maybe the one that you use all the time. The raggedy one. I got one so raggedy I had to make this little thing to put it in to tie it up because I loved that Bible. I loved it, and finally found that Bible and ordered me a new one. But you know what? The new one is not the same as that raggedy one. I promise you, it is not the same. But this Bible ain't got. It does not have the back or the front on it. Some of the pages don't even connect. But I love that Bible. So I try to break in the new one, but the new is not like the old. It's not. So I keep up with both of them. But if I was going to if I had one that I had to pick and choose, it would be the raggedy one. That is old, ancient. But either way it goes, guys, we need to be praying. It's past praying time. We need to be interceding. As I said, prayer warriors, we need you. You need to be praying. Intercessors, you need to be interceding for the things that are going on, interceding so that they'll be blocked, so we'll be protected. I mean, if the stuff that's going on, it's gonna take all of us praying, all of us, not just some. I mean, not like, let's say I'm laying down going to sleep. Well, ain't no sense in me worrying about it because there's somebody somewhere else praying somewhere. You see, we don't need that attitude no more. That's what's wrong now. We've had that attitude so too long. And then some people, you be go, well, if you're gonna fasting, there's no need to be praying. The devil is a lie. We are all supposed to be fasting. We're supposed to fast so we can be closer to God. Some things come through fasting and praying. The disciples asked him how come they couldn't cast that demon out, and Jesus told them. He said, some things come through fasting and praying. Sometimes we got to fast and pray. Instead of, eating all the time. We don't have to eat all the time. Nope. We really and truly don't need 3 meals a day. That's just what we done programmed ourselves to do. 3 meals and a snack. And we really and truly don't need that. So fasting, not only does it draw you closer to God, but fasting helps to what? I believe lower your blood pressure, lower your blood sugar, drop a couple of those pounds we know we need to lose anyway. Let's just keep it real. Don't be acting like you've never heard of fasting before, and then when you hear a voice tell you to go fasting, and then here you go, I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. No, goodness well, that ain't even Satan. Satan ain't gonna tell you to fast. He don't want you to be closer to God. Satan wants you just to eat everything you can pick up and everything you can find. So, guys, we need to be fasting and praying. All jokes aside, I'm serious. As a heart attack, I'm totally serious. I've showed you some of the stuff that you need. You need, like I said, I showed you the water purification pills. I've showed you the little stove you could get to cook on. I mean, they're different things. That's the same attitude with the preparing. They feel someone else doing this. Yeah, true. Really, that is so true. And uh we can't depend on somebody else to do for us what we know we need to be doing for ourselves. We need to be getting us something situated. We need to be getting something situated. Food, water, supplies, medical. If you don't want to create and make your own cough syrups or make your own tinctures and stuff, or do the herbal teas and stuff, and make the herbal teas or the little cough drops and stuff, because you can make your own cough drops, guys. Trust me, I have made my own cough drops. So if you don't want to make your own stuff, go out there, go to Dollar Tree. They have the cough drops, the cough medicine. They have the ibuprofen, the aspirin. They have the Tylenol. They have the Aleve. They had Advil. They have everything over there if you don't want to go through the trouble of doing your own thing. It's all out there. I mean, you can get it at the Dollar Tree, you can get it at the Dollar General, you can get it at Walmart, Kroger, Target, Sam's, Costco, Bubbles, or whatever that's called. They new one we got out here, Bubble or something. But you can get it. You can get it everywhere. I mean, you make sure you get some of everything, because you're gonna need stuff like Alka-Seltzer, uh, Beano for gas, or stuff for upset stomach. You're gonna need some of everything, because should we get shut in again, because stuff that's going on in the world, we get shut up again. You don't want to go out in none of that mess. Yeah, they do. They sure have a dollar aisle. I've been on that rather. I do that. I look for the dollar aisle. I'm the dollar shopper. I'm it. So we don't want to be caught without we don't want to be caught without anything. And and I understand and know my God shall supply all of my needs according to his riches and glory through Christ Jesus. He always will. We have got to prepare, because if you go and look in the Bible, they had famines in the Old Testament, famines in the New Testament. They had them. So everybody's talking about the famine. Everybody's talking about the scarcity of food. Everybody's talking about it. And guys, in some states, the water supply is drying up. Have y'all not seen that on the news? Have y'all not watched them talk about the different places that are supposed to get their water from here or other places, and the water levels are down? Guys, stuff is happening all around us. You know the Euphrates River is drying up, and that they gave water to different places over in Asia, in Asia Minor, wherever they are over there. I don't even know. Not a history buff, but yeah, some places, some states where the water uh is used for different states, where they get their drinking water from state. You know how it's separated, but some of the water levels are lower than they anticipated. So guys, we're just gonna have to make we just gonna have I hear you, Retta. We just gonna have to make sure we got something. If we ain't got anything, find the nearest pond and take your life straw and go over there and put some water in a cup or a bucket or whatever, and just put that straw in there, and you can suck that water through that straw and drink that water. It may look murky, but when you sucking that through that life straw and drinking it, it's just gonna taste like regular water, because as it comes through, it's being purified through that little bit of filter in that life straw. It's no longer than this and about that big around, and you just put it in and just suck the water through it. Or get you a Berkey, or get you a what the Brita water pitcher with the filters, or they got different types. They got the pure. Um, I don't know of any other, but I know they got others. But whatever you do, however you choose to do it, because we just gonna have to be ready. I mean, it's just plain and simple. We're gonna have to be ready. We we have the knowledge, we have the know-how. We just got to have the willpower to do what it is that we need to do. And we're going to have to exemplify and exercise that willpower, because we need to be praying. As I said, we need to be praying all the time, not just on Sunday, and because we sitting in church and letting everybody look and think we just got it all together. When the next 6 days we living like hell. But we don't win it. We don't show God our patronage on Sunday. And that's just not right. That's injustice. That is not even a good service to God. And after all he's done for us. I know that I got to knock off Berkey. And it tastes just as good. That's true. Because I use mine. I put my water in, and once it fills up at the bottom, I fill up my jugs and set them in the refrigerator. And we drank off of it for about 4 or 5 days. But we just gonna have to get ourselves situated. And guys, make sure you got a can, not one can opener. Make sure you got at least 4 or 5 can openers, and good can openers. Don't get your can opener at Dollar Tree. Don't do it. I got one there, and oh my God, it'll open a can for a couple of months, and then after that, he gonna tell you this is your $1.25 worth. I can't cut another can open. So do not get your can openers at the Dollar Tree. I'm not down in Dollar Tree because they got a lot of good stuff over there. Can opener is just not one of them. Okay. So, and guys, uh, if you stay near somebody that's elderly and you know they can't get out much, and they may need some help, guys, check on the elderly around you to make sure that they got what they need, because they have the same rights that we have. They have the rights to, food, water, supplies that they need. Make sure they are equipped too. And if they're not equipped at their house, guys, bring them to your house. They can sleep on the couch. Make them comfortable. Get them some pillows, some cover, so that they have the same opportunity as us young people that get out there. Well, I'm not young. I'm 63. I don't feel 63. I'll get out and go. I'll go scavenge hunting, because sometimes it is a scavenger hunt. Because you be going to look for a spice for Thanksgiving. If you ain't got your spices now for Thanksgiving, you're gonna be messed up. Everybody like that dressing with a little sage in it. You know what I'm saying? A little celery seed and all of that. You like all them little spices in there, guys. Uh, Walmart had put theirs back at $1, and uh, I did not see any sage. I didn't see any celery seed. So if they had some, guess what? You done missed out. But if you like me, who grows their own sage in the backyard, all you have to do is cut it and hang up. I just took some down that I let dry out, and just gonna make that sage powder, and keep it moving. So that's why I say, guys, put you some herbs in the back. Put some celery. I have to watch how I say that. Put some celery. Uh, put some sage, thyme, dill, oregano, uh, rosemary. What else? Chamomile. And God, did you know you could grow chamomile from a tea bag? Open it up and toss them, and they'll grow. The next time I come on, I'm going to show you. I have chamomile that I was growing from a tea bag downstairs in one of my pots by the patio window. So you can do it, guys. We can do this. We can pray, and I believe that God will do us just like he did when uh, Jonah had to go down there and tell them people at Nineveh that they needed to repent. And they followed Jonah's advice and repented, and God stayed his hand and spared them, because they all went down in a fast, and started praying and calling on God. That's what we need. We need everything that know who God is, even if you don't know who God is. If you stay in the United States of America, you need to be praying to God, interceding, asking the Lord to forgive us of our sins, because we have sinned, and we have sinned badly. And that's what we need now. Everybody need to pray. Everybody. Nobody is exempt. And nobody should be doing more than another person. We all should be doing the same amount of prayer 24/7, all night, all day. If you go to sleep praying, when you wake up, if you can remember where you left off on that prayer, you pick up where you left off on that prayer at. We got to keep on praying. We have got to pray and let God see that we are sorry for the things that we have done. We got to. Now, that's my stance. That's my opinion. I'm only one person in America. It's a lot of us. It's billions of us. And if billions of us were praying, some of the stuff we gonna go through now, don't get me wrong. Because those that God loves, He chastises them. So we love God, He loves us. We done wrong, we gonna get a whooping. Just like growing up, this is worse though, because when we grew up, we had to go pick our own switch, and we couldn't go get something that would break after a couple of swacks. We had to go pick a good switch for my mama to whoop us with. Ain't that a mess? So, guys, we're gonna have to get back over there with God. We done some stuff. We seeing every day, and we done got to the point to where we don't even care. It don't even faze us. And I don't understand that. How could it not faze? You know you done seen. You know you ain't right. You know you done something that you should not have done. That's all of us. You done said something. You done did some kind of an act. I mean, and when people talk to you and stuff, and then here you are with your attitudes and stuff. We just need to get ourselves together because we got some stuff coming. We have got things going on now, and we need to make sure we praying. Uh, as far as what's his name, Putin being upset because Putin done it, threatened the United States with nuclear attack. Did y'all see that in the news? Did y'all see that? They had that. They had it on YouTube. They were talking about it there. So who knows? The only person I'm concerned about getting it right with is God, because He came to make it right for all of us. He's the only one. That's why oh my God, we owe God our lives. Because, like I told you before, we walk around here breathing in God's air. We bootlegging. This is God's breath that we breathe. You remember Genesis? When he created man, and man wasn't a live being until He breathed into his nostrils. He breathed into our nostrils. This is God's breath. We bootlegging God's breath. Now, if God decided He wanted all of His breath back, it just be God in the world. Because He took His breath back from all of us, would nobody be living? Not there, not a dog, not a cat, nothing. Nothing would be breathing if God wanted His breath back. So we need to appreciate. We need to be praying. We need to be praying for each other. We that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak. Some of us that are stronger than those that are weak, somebody got to pick up the slack. Because we know everybody's not on the same level. Just like stair steppers. We're not all on the same level. None of us are. But we need to pray as long as we can. If you're used to praying for 30 minutes, try to push it for 45 minutes to an hour. If you're used to praying for an hour, try to push it from an hour to an hour and a half or 2 hours. If you're used to praying 2 hours, push it to 3. And so on and so forth. 4, push it to 5. And before you know it, you be praying to God all day. And when you come out of your prayer closet, it'll probably be dark, or it's done went from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to just practice praying. Practice praying. And you say you don't know how to pray, the Bible is full of prayer. All you gotta do is open that Bible, pull up something, pull it out. Go over there. If you don't know which psalm to get, go over there and get Psalm 91 or Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Go over there and get that one. And if that's all you can pray, pray it over and over and over and over. Read it over and over and over and over. Ask the Lord to blow on it. And then before you know it, God will be giving you something else to say. Even though you over there thinking you reading Psalm, the 23rd Psalm, he'll have you saying something else in the 23rd Psalm, because he'll start revealing to you what you need that needs to go in that Psalm. And the same with Psalm 91. The same with that one. Read that one. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And he will speak to you, and before you know it, you'll be praying that prayer, but you'll have other stuff coming out of that prayer. That's God feeding into your spirit what he wants you to pray. And he'll do it. Trust me. He will. Simple. Very simple. We make stuff too complicated. We make it complicated. Just pray. Pray what you pray. Read the scripture. And put God in remembrance. He said, put me in remembrance. He said, let us plead together. Declare that thou may be justified. He going, come on, I need you to remind me what I told you. You know the promises I gave. I need you to remind me. I mean, because he that keepeth Israel, he neither slumbers nor sleep, but he needs some watchmen on the wall. We need to be on the wall. I mean, you can't get tired and come down. We're going to have to be like, what's his name in the Old Testament? Nehemiah on the wall. They're trying to get him to come down. Sanballat and his friends trying to concoct some crazy stuff for him to come off of the wall. He told him, why should I come down? I'm doing a good work. And he wasn't coming down. It didn't matter what they said. You know, even if they tried to provoke him into coming down and fighting and stuff, he didn't know. I'm not coming down till God finish this. And we should be like that too, no matter what's going on. I'm not coming down until God finish this. And while we're staying up there on that wall, and while we're up there praying and interceding and praying to God, God is taking care of the things that we need taken care of in our house, in our home. He's taking care of our children. He's restoring our health. He's healing our bodies. He's supplying our needs. We have one job to do, and that's we need to stay on that wall and continue to intercede and pray. And as long as we are focused on what God wants us focused on, God gonna handle the heavy stuff. He gonna handle that stuff that we can't handle. You know, family matters. You know, we all got family matters. Every last one of us. If you say you don't, you'll lie. Because all of us do. Somebody in your family need God's help. Somebody. They could be somebody done backslid. It could be somebody that's living in sin. It could be somebody that's sick. It could be a relative that don't know God and the pardon of their sin. But all of us got something that we need God to fix for us. That's why we need to stay on the wall. It's imperative that we're praying right now. It's imperative that we're interceding right now. Because if Putin decides he wants to shoot a nuclear weapon this way, it depends on how far you are from it, to whether you are going to be, experiencing any of the craziness. But like I said, we have wars and rumors of wars going on. So all we can do is pray and intercede. Turn back to God, ask God to forgive us, and ask God to forgive us sincerely. Don't say we can't ask God to forgive us. And besides that, God knows our heart. He knows if we mean it or not. So don't play with him, because you're gonna put yourself in more trouble if you're playing with him. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Then next thing you know, you're still doing the same thing. So we don't need to do it unless we mean it. And guys, hopefully I won't have to come back on here uh uh anymore this evening. But if the Lord tell me to come back on, then I really truly have no choice but to get back on. So, but I want us to get ourselves situated because we got a whole lot of stuff going on. And I know this ain't a popular message. Everybody wants to hear the wealth transfer. We got to get some stuff right in order to get the wealth transfer. You want God to bless you with a wealth, like a financial wealth, and we still can't get things right. I want everything line up on line and precept upon precept. So that way I won't lose my wealth. You understand? Because I got some mess somewhere. That's everything. I want my children delivered. You want your children delivered. You want your husband set free, your wife set free. You want your family members to know God. You want your family members healed. I mean, whatever the situation is, we got to get ourselves in position. And we got to stay in position. We can't get in position, like Israel. Israel get out of position. They pray and cry to God, and he lift the judgment, and then they act right for a while, and then next thing you know, they back in the same stuff. But they weren't smiling when they went down in captivity for 70 years. That right there had a wake up call on them right there. 70 years. And Jeremiah told me, y'all get on over there and pack your stuff, get your seeds, go get your wood and stuff, because you're gonna be building houses down there. Make sure you put some extra rooms in there, because by the time we leave up out of here, y'all gonna be gonna have 5 or 6 babies. You know what I'm saying? They went down there, they came out there, 6 million strong, if not more, because they down there for 70 years. So, guys, I'm trying to tell you, I mean, mine may not come across like some people's come across, but I try to speak just normal English. I try to speak something that everybody can understand. I don't have time trying to go get some 15-letter words to get on here and recite to you, and nobody knows what they mean. Just plain and simple. I'm plain Jane. Nancy, I want you to get your stuff together. I won't get my stuff together. We need to be praying. We need to be repenting. We need to be calling on God with sincerity, on our knees, on our face. However, if you can't do nothing but sit in a chair, sit in that chair, bow your head, and call on your Father, who has already got his ear inclined to hear what we have to say. Before we call, he's already answered. And while we speaking, he already here. So he is in position. We're the ones that are out of position. But either way it goes, guys, spend that time with God. We really need to be praying. If we want a Nineveh experience, we're going to have to be praying. We're going to have to be praying. And don't let up, because we need to be praying for this nation. Our infrastructure is under attack. All of it. We need to be praying. As I said, if you don't know what to pray, go get one of them God promises book. If anything going on with the nation, they got stuff in there about praying for the nations. It's in there. It is in that book. Whoever wrote those books, they had it right. They got some of everything in there. It's anything in there, from anxiety to sickness, anything. So go get one. You don't have one, you can Google it. God's Book of Promises. You can Google it on your computer and type behind the PDF, and it will give you one PDF. All you have to do is click on it. It's going on down through there. Everything. So either way it goes, I showed you some of the stuff that I have. Just showing examples of some of the stuff that you can get in order to be able to fix, to warm your food, or whatever. Lighting, and the lights that I showed you, we have those in the house, because the lights that went off before, they just pop off, before you know it, What's going on? They have no justification when the lights go out, and then the next day they'll print up a big old thing. Power is restored due to a squirrel crawling up the wire or something. Really? Okay. But either way it goes, and so we keep those lights. I mean, when we first start tornadoes first started knocking out the utilities off here, we were getting those lights then, setting them on the stairs, and as I said, when you go down them, the light comes on. I have those round ones that you just hit it and the light will come on. I don't even know where they are. Just be truthful. They're around here somewhere. They may be downstairs on the counter somewhere, but I don't know. Right now, I cannot put my hands on them. So, but either way it goes, guys, make sure y'all got something. And like I said, we're up here. Where I live, they call it Tornado Alley down on this side. So, I don't even know why they call it that, because we had experienced a tornado now they've experienced a tornado down the road from us, up the road from us, but right here. So, but we keep the lights because our utilities do come cut off. They do go off during those storms. Severe thunderstorms and stuff out this way. You think we was in Arizona or somewhere, but no, we down here in a little bit of Alabama. And we get some of everything. We don't get the flooding. We do not get the hurricanes. But everything else, and every once in a while, we'll look up and get some ice storm, some snow every once in a while. This year, I was looking forward to some snow or some ice or something, but we can't get past these 79 and 80 degrees. We can't get below that. So, but either way go, guys, get what you need. Make sure you got stuff that the babies need. Guys, make sure you get some kind of lighting or generator or something, solar generator or gas generator, doesn't matter. Get something, because some of us have people in our families that have to sleep in those CPAP things, the mask, to keep them breathing at night, something, whatever it is. And if we get a blackout and the utilities go off, they're gonna have to have something. You're gonna have to have something to plug it into in order for it to keep on going. Or if it has a battery with it, if the battery needs charging and the lights stay out for a certain length of time, then so we're gonna have to think outside of the box. Everybody else is thinking outside the box. And like I said, everything going on, we're gonna have to make sure we are in tune with God. We hear what God is saying with our spirit ears. That's why I say you pray over your spiritual ear gates, eye gates, your mouth gate, your spirit man. I mean, you pray over those so you'll be able to see, you'll be able to hear, you'll be able to speak and tell other people what's going on, what's coming, what thus says the Lord. So that everybody, we all can be on like one accord. And we have to watch as well as pray. So everybody, we need to start. Like I said, we need to start tonight. Everybody need to go down in prayer, call on the Lord, and slanging snot, tears, whatever. I mean, whatever it takes for you. Scream, talking to your Father, and we need to talk to God because we are in a state of emergency. We need to talk to God. We got to get God's attention. What can we do? Ask yourself, Lord, what can I do to get your attention? You see what I'm saying? I mean, other than waving a white flag of surrender, what do I need to do, Father, to get your attention? And that should be a part of all of our prayer. We need to get our Father's attention. We need our Father to hear us from heaven. So, guys, until next time, I know y'all probably sick of seeing me because this 3 times in one day. Oh my God. Whew. But either way it goes, I'm gonna get off, but guys, y'all have a blessed night. I pray the blood of Jesus over each and every household. And God, share the word. And God, take the word back to God. Uh, you don't have to take my word for anything. Take it back to God. Share it. Share with your family so people can come on here. We need to get on the bandwagon. We need to get on board. Everybody else always preparing and prepping and got stuff situated. Florida, they stay on alert. If they tell them a hurricane coming, you see them out there on the video. They got them nails, they got them hammers, they got the saws out there working. They done stocked up on water. They done closed down their businesses. If they think it's gonna get too rough, you see them going, all of them going the wrong way up the highway, because they done shut down everything coming in and they got all the roads leading out of Florida. Those people get themselves situated. They stop at the gas stations and fill up, or on their way out of town, they try to find some gas. A couple of people ran out of gas, and when they got to the gas station, there was no gas. So, but they leave. They come up out of there. It's same with North and South Carolina. If they're too close, they board up their stuff and they head out of town too. So we just gonna have to be prepared. We're just gonna have to become a nation of preparedness. Everybody should be prepared. But either way it goes, I'm gonna go because it's 7:35. I'm gonna get off here and put up all this stuff I pulled out. But I'll talk to you later.